Hey, it's Faith Talk Live. I'm Rick Probst.
And I'm Dan Ratcliffe.
There she is from Rhode Island, comedian and talk show host. It's Rhonda Corey. Rhonda, how are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I can finally say that I know somebody from Rhode Island. That's awesome.
There's not many of us here. We can only fit so many people here, you know. And
you in Delaware and Maryland, there's just not a whole lot of room, is there?
It's really windy here today.
Yeah.
So you might be hearing some banging. No one's beating anyone. It's just there's a lot of wind going on. Pretty soon, if you hear like, "Oh no, Honey, don't get worried. It could happen.
That's very funny. Rhonda is also the host of a show called Talk is Cheap, and Dan and I were privileged to be on it. I think it was the week.
We were cheap enough to be on it, yes.
I think she didn't have anybody else, Dan, so she was looking through a Rolodex.
Yes, we'll do like, Rick and Dan.
Couple of washed up hosts. Let's see if they're open for it.
That was a lot of fun. We had a good time.
Yeah. Oh, you guys were so much fun. Oh, I had a blast when you guys were on.
Yeah.
Hey, I tell you, we really enjoyed it. I know everybody does the Chewy cam.
The Chewy cam.
Rhonda
I don't have it on. I don't know if I can kind of let's say. Shh.
Rhonda usually has.
Wait, don't wake him up. Shh.
Okay.
There he is. There's Chewy. There he is. Oh, his ear moved.
It's a movement.
We can see that he's actually alive.
He is alive. He does. People say I drug him. I give him quiet moments. It's just. It's a little something.
Special pill, yeah.
It's a special little treat for both of us. So he'll sleep. So, and I have a show tonight, so I'm a little afraid because I can't really give him. I don't know what's going to happen tonight. I don't know if I should let him overeat or just so he'll quiet down.
Chewy.
Well, we'll tell you how you can watch the show tonight, but usually Rhonda has a camera right on Chewy, and Chewy had eaten the hemp treat and was out pretty much the entire show, I think, we were on, right?
Yeah. That's the plan. It doesn't always happen, but that is the plan that he just kind of has a little, it has melatonin in it. These are it's perfectly all natural substances. I have been accused of drugging my dog. It's not really a drug. It's just a little something to make him sleepy,
He's the happiest dog I've ever met, I think. So
yeah.
Now, have you ever given those to your husband? Did we ask you that before?
I don't need to. He has the ability to fall asleep on cue. Wow. It's disgusting. Are you guys able to do that? Like he has that. You can, Rick. You can't.
No. I don't.
Okay. Now, you know what, Dan? I think we should ask Rhonda this. We have found, both of us have been married. Well, I've been married almost 40 years. Dan, I think, what, 30?
30, almost 30 years, yeah.
Yeah. Wives tend to, and I don't know about you, but wives tend to want to talk right before we want to go to sleep. And that's where I'm done. I'm like, it takes me 1 second. As soon as my head hits the pillow, honestly, I'm gone.
Yeah.
But that's the time when, and Dan and I have talked about this with Kathy and Donna. They want to talk. They want to talk about stuff. Why is that?
Well, because when you go to bed, you're kind of unwinding, and you're having all these thoughts, and sometimes great ideas, just kind of come to you, or things that were left unfinished, and you need to, this would be a good time to talk about them. You're kind of relaxing. But my husband is the same as you, Rick. He can just hit the pillow and fall asleep at will, and then the snore fest begins. and that can test a marriage.
Yeah, it can. It can. Now, I wish that I had the ability to just fall asleep as soon as my head hits the pillow, but my jukebox starts going in my head once my head hits the pillow, and then I'm up singing, Rick Astley songs all night or something like that. Never gonna give you
You get rickrolled.
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw that. Let me see. Dan's better at StreamYard than I am, but you're having all kinds of comments, Rhonda. Let's see. June Von Colson.
Junie. I love June.
Hey, Rhonda. I think Tez Brooks.
Tez Brooks. Yeah.
He's a friend of ours.
Yeah.
He's he is. I was going to say he was an actor, but he's an author. He's not an actor.
And then Michelle.
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 Yeah, because
women you need to use the rest of their words. Yes. He's so right. Yes.
Well, that's interesting. Now, I can't speak for Dan, but I mean, we both do the same thing. We talk all day long. And I remember back in the day when I did a rock show and you're answering phones and doing stuff on the air and stuff. When I got home, I didn't even want to answer my phone. I didn't want to say anything. I'm done. But ladies, girls, they're just getting started.
Well, we do. We have a lot to say, but I have my quiet moments like Chewy. Not that I take anything for them, but but I have my moments where I just want to be like, okay, shut the world out and just kind of zone. But
yeah,
it happens occasionally.
So if your husband hits the pillow and he's gone, do you wait till he gets up immediately and then start talking? Or, when do you guys get to sit down and come up with those great ideas? Obviously, you didn't talk about having Dan and I on the show because he tried to talk you out of it.
That's not true. That's not true. No, my husband goes to bed usually very early because he has to wake up early. He works for a big coffee company. We'll call it Barbucks. I don't know if we should say the name or advertise.
Yeah, you can say it. Why not? Come on.
Sure. So he gets up usually fairly early, and so I'm out. I'm usually out by then, but it will jar me up sometimes, and then I'm up like this. It's 4 a.m, and so I have to go through the whole process and try to go back to sleep again.
You have to say, where are Chewy's pills here? I need
where are those quiet moments when you need them? I don't know. People have been tempted to try them, but
Hey, I would be up for it.
Would you? I'll send you some if you'll take it on the air.
Speaking of which, you just reminded me. I have it here right beside me. And thank you so much. When it came in the mail, what you sent, I was like, it was like totally awesome. I don't know if you can see that or not. Let me see. My green screen might be.
Green screen.
It's invisible. There it is. Okay.
There it is. That's sanitizer. And if you're watching on Facebook Live or YouTube Live, Rhonda Corey comedy, 100% clean comedy. I love that. I don't know who came up with that idea, but they need a raise. Was that you?
That was me. Actually, I don't know if I don't want to say I'm prophetic or anything, but I came up with that before the pandemic hit.
See, the Lord gave it to you. He said, Rhonda, people are going to need to be sanitized. Use this. Yeah.
So I had that as part of kind of my marketing. And so I had that. I'm like, oh my gosh, thank you, Lord. This is awesome. So I had it. And so
that's great.
Handy. And then I had to order. That's actually the second batch. And I didn't get that batch the same place where I got the first ones because you couldn't find them anymore.
I bet. Yeah.
You see a comment from June Colson.
Oh, yeah. There's June.
They're worth $5,500.
Yeah.
Dude.
Yes, that's the Rhonda Corey comedy. 100% clean comedy. 100% clean hands. They are valued at $5,500.
Now, I will say the mail person must not have been careful with mine because mine came in, it had broken inside the little bag. And so it was about half gone and the rest of it was in the bag. So, yeah, my mail person is not the most careful mail person in the world. So I'm assuming it was probably that person.
That's not good.
Yeah. So mine was not worth $5,500. No. I mean, it still is, but it's just
$2,200. And
it's the bargain eBay price. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, thank you for those. I thought that was awesome, and I keep it right here so that I can show it, to whomever, as long as my green screen will participate.
Pick it up.
Rhonda Corey is a comedian, very funny. Dan loved hanging with her, and a show that she has on every Tuesday night. It's called Talk is Cheap. Remind me, is it 7:30? Or I know that's when we came on, right?
Yes, it starts at 7:30 Eastern time. It's about an hour long. And I have different guests all the time. A lot of comedians are on. I have speakers on, and I've had a couple of radio hosts. I don't want to brag.
Well, only when you're, hard up for some entertainment. Then you have the radio people on.
That is not true. That was such a fun show, and it was easy because you guys are pros.
Now I noticed that, and I can't remember where I saw it. Maybe it was on the Facebook. There is there's one right here in front of me actually, but there's a wall of guests, and it only went to I think we did the 77th show, wasn't it, Rhonda?
I believe so. Yeah, it was a few weeks ago, and tonight is 79.
Wow.
Yeah, that one's only on 50. I think that card was made on 50, and then on my wall it has 75 plus. So we're working on tonight is 79, and I can't wait till the 100th show.
I was going to say, what are you going to do for 100?
I don't know yet. That's a lot of pressure, Dan, don't you think? And
well, you still got 20 shows to go. Don't worry about it.
20 shows. I'm fine. I don't know. I had a 40th and a 50th where I invited multiple guests on, and we just did straight up games. So at the end of my show, I end with a game, which is so much fun. And so we just did straight up games, and it was a blast because they were all comedians, and they are very competitive. Comedians are very competitive by nature.
Yeah. Except for Kay Dodd. Now
except Kay Dodd. Don't ask her to play a game. No.
Yeah,
Kay Dodd was very thrilled to play a game.
I'm sure she was.
She would rather get dental work than play a game with Dan and I.
She fits right in with my family because my husband doesn't like to play games. My son doesn't like to play games. That's kind of why I started the game on my show, because no one has a choice. They have to play.
I see.
Tez Brooks said, yes, he said, Rick and Dan Gritzko are fun, Rhonda Robinson. And then he said, wait, who's Gritzko? Sorry, Dan, autofill.
I'm glad I'm not the only one that does that. In fact, I had somebody that was in our church, and they were sick, and I was sending them a text, and autocorrect on iPhone came up with the word dead instead of hope you get well. And I don't, and I'm bad about I'm bad about sending first and reading later. I mean, Dan will tell you.
Oh yeah,
some very, very terrible things over my history, but dead pops up, and I think it's an iPhone joke. They're laughing at me.
Yeah, it's Siri. She's laughing at you for sure.
Yeah. All right, Rhonda Corey, she's got a show tonight. You want to talk about who's on the show? Maybe tonight and then next week.
Sure. So tonight on my show we have Tina Levine, and she is a speaker, an author, and a humorist as well. We also have Aaron Sorrells. I hope I said his name right, Sorrells. Or if not, I just blame it on my accent. Oh, it's my accent, which I claim not to have. But anyway, so he's on. He's also a comedian, speaker, and we have dietitian, our favorite dietitian, Judy Barb is back, and she's going to show us how to bring some meals from drab to fab tonight. So
awesome.
That's going to be exciting.
So at 7:30, and you can hop on to Rhonda's Facebook there, and Dan just popped up the FB and Insta there, Rhonda Corey Comedy. Check that out. We had a blast with the games. The only problem I had was typing. Obviously, by the first answer that you saw, I'm like, well, how am I going to do this one-handed and type? It's just impossible. But I thought it was. And we tied, didn't we, Dan? That's why
we did. We ended up tied. Yeah.
Why we both.
It was a fun game. It was you gave us the slogan for the advertising, and we had to guess it. And it brought back some good memories, like plop, plop, fizz, fizz, things like that we haven't seen in a while. So that was fun.
Yeah. That was commercial break. And I'll give you a little inside tip tonight. We're having how logo can you go?
How logo. Logo, I get you. A logo. Okay. Yeah.
So we're going to have logos, and they're going to have to figure out which logo, which company represents the logo. So
now, will there be a Barbucks logo that pops up?
I can't say. Could be. There could be.
Right.
Well, check it out tonight. And I don't know if I've asked you this before. Can they see the old shows? I mean, do you have somewhere an archive of all the shows?
Yes, so they're actually on my Facebook page as well as YouTube. I forgot to mention that I'm also on YouTube, Rhonda Corey Comedy as well. And the show streams live to Facebook and to YouTube as well. And all of the old shows are on there. So you guys should go and check out Rick and Dan's show if you haven't seen it. It was so much fun. It really was.
A lot of fun. The most fun part, though, was Chewy. So Chewy's the star of the show.
And thank you for inviting us. I thought that was awesome. How about this? What do you have coming up for 2021? I don't know if I've asked you that before. Maybe I asked you when we were on the show. I know you're doing, of course, Talk is Cheap. But are you doing anything? Are you going out in public and doing shows at all, or what are you doing?
So actually, I have a virtual show. I don't know if that's open to the public, but so that's coming up, which is going to be a blast. But at the end of the month, I believe it's March 26th. That's off the top of my head, so that's scary. So check those facts out. It's early for me today. Oh, Chewy's moving.
Chewy circled and he's back down. Okay.
It's early for me. I usually don't have makeup on this early. You're welcome,
I don't either.
people. But I believe it's March 26th. It's in New Hampshire. I believe it's called the Roundabout Grill, something like that. And it's going to be a fun show with Tommy Moran and Mike Corby. So that's going to be a fun show. That's in New Hampshire. And just check out my Facebook page for the actual dates because I don't know.
Yeah.
Michelle just put up there. You can watch Talk is Cheap also on Roku.
And Creative Motion.
Yes.
What is Creative Motion Network? I've never heard of that.
Oh my gosh, you guys should be on Creative. We'll have to connect you, but yeah, definitely create on the Roku channel, the Creative Motion Network. It's all clean Christian shows actually. So I will definitely connect you.
Yeah,
we'd love that. Rhonda Corey is going to put up the website and how you can follow her and watch the show. She's very funny. We love talking with her, hang with her. RhondaCoreyComedy.com, a great place to go. And their FB and Insta. Insta, there you go. Rhonda Corey Comedy.
So cool.
And the YouTube as well.
And the YouTube.
Well, Rhonda, you are amazing. We love hanging with you. Love to have you on the show in a couple of more months. Maybe we could talk right after you do the New Hampshire thing. There's more people in New Hampshire than Rhode Island, right? By 3 or 4, isn't there?
I think there's like 10 more people.
I was going to say, does anybody live in
They're spread out a little more. They have a little more land than we do.
New Hampshire and Vermont both. There's really nobody there. At least not many. So
horses and cows and stuff.
Yeah.
All right, give Chewy our love, and we'll see you soon. We got to take a break. We'll be right back. I'm Rick Probst.
And I'm Dan Ratcliffe.
This is Faith Talk Live.